G'day, g'day, g'day. Mathematical KM here. Remember their initials, not a title. Keith Malumbi. Okay, this is the final round, round 9 of the Canberra Cup and the Canberra Chess Club. Classical chess, 60 minutes plus 30 seconds a move. I'm weighing in at 14.57 with the white pieces playing Rinch Anderson at 14.67. So should be an interesting game. Let's see how we go. I will just fly through the first 10 moves of the hippo until we get to a decision point. And actually, before the castling, that's 9 moves in. And one of the usual 10 moves is not played when there is a pawn on c5. So that's pretty much it. And I've actually got 63 minutes on my clock to 41 on Rinch's. I've got to learn to use that time. Because let's see how we go making some decisions. Because in some senses, castling kingside, even though it's in the top 3 moves there, I mean, it's got the pawns on the left, but those bishops and queens and things are aimed at the right. Maybe keeping the king in the middle would have been better. But anyway, let's take a look. What do? It's called excellent. Okay, now we've got the battery at the h-pawn. And the usual move is king h2. He's now got the 2 defenders. Beautiful. Okay, he's brought the other bishop into a fairly traditional spot there. Now, one of the normal moves when you've got a 3-pawn centre is to attack the central pawn, which is an outside pawn of the 3. So that would f4 would be the go. It's only the 3rd best. a4 is interesting. And I knew it was a move, but what it does do is it does let that knight in. What can the knight do there? Maybe not that much. Maybe that's why it's the top move. e4 is interesting. That's better than f4. I mean, there's 0.01 in it. So, forgetting that we didn't play a4 to deal with that threat, we have played kind of the next... Oh, he gets to play. And then the edge can come to white with knight to c4, which is threatening that bishop and that pawn. That pawn's got 2 defenders, and we've got, including this knight, 2 attackers. I can see how that's quite the move, the knight forward. The knight forward, though, would allow pawn takes pawn, but this one would be kind of weak. I could probably arrange to... Well, actually, this knight, the knight move would protect. It would defend that pawn. Knight to c4 would be excellent. Second to that is f times e5, which is attacking at the base. Note to self, attack at the base. And even after that, a4 is still on the cards. But I've done the lock-up, and it's a mistake, is the rough idea of you attack where your pawn chain is pointing. But I just think black's got a little bit more ammunition down there. So that's a great move. Knight takes his best, which I play. Then he brings that knight in. a4, stopping that pawn. Really meant to be playing that. Followed by c3, which is kind of trying to make things counterplay. And after all that, knight to c4. Threatening the bishop and that knight. But I've taken that bishop because I was a little worried about it. It's a miss. He takes back with the right piece. Now, moments ago, knight c4 was the best move. Now it's a mistake. getting another defender over here was best. He takes, which is great. I take back. Having lost his light battery, he's gone for the dark battery. Where's my poor unemployed bishop? Over here. If only it could do a double move and get cracking over there. Sadly, no. Rook to f3. To get a second piece defending the g-pawn was the mission. I've gone with the queen. It would have been better with the rook. And it's really starting to get to be bad news. That needed to happen because otherwise, after a king moving back and a knight coming in with check, it would have been on my rook and the king. But it's just starting to... It's a very elegant attack, actually. Beautiful. So, not blunders per se, but just a number of subtle missteps along the way, and with a few thoughts about king safety and piece activity. And the piece activity even comes back to when I sent the knight out here, when I could have had one more piece in the middle of that fight. So very well attacked, very nice attacking game by black. Let's have a quick look at the black built a lead and didn't let up. Yeah, true enough. 70's a bit low for me. Kind of noticed it there. But 93.4, well done, Wrench. So no blunders, but just wasn't quite on the game, on my game there today. But excellent game, and with a few lessons learnt. So we'll see if the mathematical KM can lock in a few of those ideas. Anyway, I will see you guys after Monday.